Our speaker is a CLP member year 1994 at Jakarta, Indonesia. He is happily married to Sister Belen Anota and blessed with 2 children, Aaron and Maria, and currently serves as CLP Couple Coordinator in Department of Foreign Affairs, Oikos Coordinator for Mindanao, and member of St. Thomas More and Associates. Brothers and sisters, our speaker, Brother Apolonio B. Anota Jr.
Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Maliwanag ba? Maliwanag sa likod. Okay. Ang topic natin ngayong gabi is, who is Jesus Christ? Brothers and sisters, Jesus Christ is both man and God. Siya po ay tao at Diyos in one person na siya ay pumunta dito sa atin. Okay? Baka kakadka pa ako dito eh. Sige, no? So, Jesus Christ, as I said, was both man and God. Okay? Now, Jesus in Hebrew means Yehoshua. Yeho means God. Shua means will save. Jesus means God will save. Di ba napakagandang pangalan? When you say Jesus, God will save you also. Now, saan ba nanggaling ang pangalan Jesus? Brothers and sisters, ang pangalan Jesus ay nanggaling sa langit. It was not an ordinary name during that time. It was an angel who brought the name Jesus here on earth. And so he said, in Luke, the angel said, and you will name him Jesus. In Luke, again, at circumcision, he was named Jesus, the name which the angel had given him before he was conceived. And in Matthew, she will have a son, and you will name him Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. And Joseph named him Jesus. Now, Christ comes from a Greek word which means Christos. Christos comes from a Hebrew word, Messiah. Messiah means anointed. So when you say Jesus Christ, therefore it means the anointed divine Savior. Siya pa yung tagapagligtas na piling-piling talaga ng Diyos. Okay? Okay. Siya ay hindi pa karaniwang tao. 1,000 years before siya ay pinanganak, pinag-uusap-usapan na po siya ng mga propeta. So dito, 1,000 years before Christ, BCE means before the common era or before Christ. 1,000 years, si Prophet Samuel, napipreach na sabi niya, you, David, your dynasty will never end. And between 600 to 800 BC, before Christ, Micah, one of the great prophets says, O Bethlehem, a ruler of Israel will come from you. And then again, 700 years before Christ, Isaiah, the Lord himself will give you a sign. A young woman will have a son, and will name him Emmanuel, which means God is with us. And also Jeremiah, the Lord says, I will choose as a king a righteous descendant of David. He will be called the Lord our salvation. Yeho to the kingdom. And in Bethlehem, in Matthew, Bethlehem, from you will come a leader. So, for 1,000 years, people were only talking about Jesus. And so, he was really a very special person. Brothers and sisters, gusto ba niyo mag-tour sa Holy Land? Sino gusto mag-tour sa Holy Land? Tonight, we will be touring the Holy Land. Okay? So, ito po yung Holy Land sa panahon ni Jesus Christ. Okay? Ito po yung the Sea of Galilee. Narinig na ninyo Sea of Galilee, right? Okay. That the Sea of Galilee, this is Bethshan, malapit dyan ang Nazareth. Ito po ay Jerusalem, ito ay Bethlehem. Ito po galing dito ay 3 araw na nilalakad o nakasakay ka sa isang asno or donkey. And brothers and sisters, ito lang po talaga ang mundo ni Jesus Christ. Pumunta sa Sidon and Beirut, Tyre and Sidon sa Lebanon. Lebanon po ang mga pangalan niya. So, all his life, he was here. But the Holy Land, of course, is a broader area. It includes Syria, Iraq, Jordan, Israel, and Egypt. Okay? So, as I said, we will start our tour at Bethshan and in Nazareth. Brothers and sisters, this is Nazareth. This church is the biggest and the most beautiful basilica in the whole of Holy Land. And this is the Basilica of the Annunciation. Papasok po tayo doon. Okay. Ito yung facade. E nakikita ninyo may anghel at saka si Mary. Angelus Domini non sciabet Mary. The angel of the Lord announces to Mary and says, Verbum caro factum est. It habitabit in nobis. And the Word became flesh and dwells amongst us. Papasok po tayo ngayon sa simbahan. Brothers and sisters, ito po yung bahay ni Virgin Mary. Okay? Noon po, ang bahay niya ay talagang what we call kuweba at tumatakbo po yan dito. So, isang madaling araw, remember, Mary was only 14 years old. Isipin niyo mga babae, when you were 14, taga-buntok pa ka. Siguro ang kaalaman ninyo, wala masyado. Okay? So, Mary was praying here at dawn, and all of a sudden, the angel of the Lord, Angel Gabriel, appeared to Mary, and he said, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. You will conceive in your womb. You will bear a son. He will inherit the kingdom of King David, and his reign will reign forever. And he will be called the Son of God. Can you imagine kung katong si Anyos ka at may isang malaking anghel, sasabihin mo, ang anak mo ay walang katapusan. Ang kaharian niya ay napakalaki asa ay anak. Naintindihan mo? Siguro, nanginginig ka sa takot. And that's what really happened to Mary. And sabi niya, paano ko maging buntis? Eh, hindi pa ko nakipagsiping sa isang lalaki. And the angel said, with God, nothing is impossible. And immediately, Jesus started to leave his conception in the womb. And si Mary, I think she did not really fully understand. A simple girl will become the mother of a king like David. Napakalaking hari si David. Kaya palagi nyo nakikita yan sa Biblia. Okay? And despite the fact na hindi niya naintindihan masyado, kasi yung panampalataya niya sa Diyos ay malakas, sinabi niya, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done according to thy word. Okay? So, sumunod siya. Hindi man niya naintindihan, basta tinanggap niya. Kung ako'y magiging ina, okay. Kasi sabi ng Diyos. Alright? So, now, we will go to Bethlehem. Nagbiyahe na po sila ng 3 araw, and this is the Basilica of Nativity in Bethlehem. I want to explain one thing. Bethlehem comes from 2 words. Beit means house or bahay. Lehem means bread. Because Bethlehem was the source of flour. Trigo. Nag-export po siya. Papasok po tayo dito. Papasok tayo dito. Okay. Ang kuweba na kung saan pinanganak si Kristo ay nandito sa ilalim na ito. But with time, brothers and sisters, nakikita mo itong blue? Yan. Nakikita nyo? Yun po ay Christmas balls. Sino na sa inyo ang gumamit ng Christmas balls pag Christmas? Tapos po na po kami. Nakakita, gumamit na gano'n. Okay? Yeah. Ma'am, I think you are Jennifer. I saw, gumamit kayo ng Christmas ball. Naintindihan mo ba kung ano ang Christmas ball? I will tell you later. Okay. So, he is also of a Marian faith. Hindi niya naintindihan kung ginagawa niya. Now, I'll explain to you later. So, bababa na po tayo. Dito po, ipinanganak si Jesus Christ sa bato na ito. Alright? And, dito po siya ipinanganak. Okay? Dito po siya ipinanganak. Pagkatapos niya ipinanganak, inilipat po siya dito sa sabsaban ng mga hayop. Ilan na sa inyo ang ina? Pakitasin na ito, eh. Ina, nanganak na. Ilan sa inyo ang naglagay ng anak niya, nakapapanganak lang, sa kainan ng aso? Pakitasin mo. Wala. Kainan ng baboy? Wala. Pero si Kristo, inilagay siya sa sabsaban ng mga hayop. Bakit? Ang mensahe po doon is, from the very beginning, from the first hour, He is to be eaten. You are going to eat Jesus. Di ba sa Ginimel, di ba sa misa, ginagano ng pare, the body of Christ, and you eat. That was the message that Jesus was sending already. So, on the first hour, He is already bread to be eaten. That is the reason why He was placed there. Okay. Now, there are many what we call balls here. Simula na si Kristo ay pinanganak dito, Bethlehem became a center. Kung may hihingin kayo, no? Let's say, mag-asawa kayo, gusto nyo hingin ng anak, you go there. And you offer eggs. Para sa Santa Clara, di ba? Alam niyo yun? Yung, wag lang let's say, yung pang-party says, gusto nyo ng magandang panahon, magbibigay kayo ng itlog. Alright. So, Ginabel, you are practicing a 2,000-year tradition. Because when Jesus Christ was born, people related Bethlehem. Pupunta ka sa Bethlehem, maghingi ka ng anak or whatever, pero mag-offer ka ng itlog. Unfortunately, the itlog was like this. And there, they would blow glass. Ang glass kasi mas madaling gawin ito, bilog. Kaya yung itlog nagiging bilog. Yan ang simula ng Christmas balls. Maganda ba? So ngayon naintindihan na ninyo, nagmamakita ninyo Christmas balls, you are just continuing a 2,000-year tradition. Kasi hanggang ngayon, yung mga Kristiyano na pupunta sa Bethlehem, nag-o-offer pa rin ng eggs. Maganda, no? Merry Christmas! Yeah! May mapaliwanag na kayo sa teacher ng mga estudyante ninyo. Sa mga anak, rather. So, that is the reason I repeat. He was born here and he was transferred here sa Saban. And this was important because when he was born, the angels went to the shepherds and says, "Glory to God in the highest." Okay? The Son of God is born. And you will find Him in a manger. Kaya yung mga shepherd na pumunta doon, ang hinanap lang nila, yung bata na sa sabsaban. Of course, nag-iisa lang yun. Ang dami yung ina dito, ni isa wala ka lang naglagay ng bata sa pakailan ng aso. So, napakita, also this is the Messiah. So, they were able to identify Him immediately. Alright? Brothers and sisters, as I said, ang bahay ni Mary is kuweba. Ito po ay picture ng kuweba na talagang what we call, people live here. People live here. Now my first question, di ba, naririnig niyo, si Joseph, Mary, nakatira sa kuweba. Si Jesus Christ, ipinanganak, He was born in a cave. Bakit ba ang tao noon tumitira sa kuweba? The reason for that is Ang kuweba kasi, there is a constant temperature of 23 degrees centigrade. So sa kapanahunan ng tag-init, summer, when temperature outside is around 45 to 50, pwede ka na maluto at 50 degrees. Pagbalik mo sa kuweba mo, 23, may condition. Di ba? Pag winter naman, when the temperature drops to 4 degrees, napakalamig. Pagbalik mo sa kuweba, 23 degrees. Comfortable. That's why until now, people are living in caves. That was the reason why Jesus lived also in caves. And these caves are not small. They're big. See? Tingnan nyo ang altar. Tingnan nyo pare gano'n. Mataas. Mas malaki pa yung mga kuweba natin sa dito. So, that's why they were living in caves because people use caves as their dwelling units. Alright? Now, we jump, no? We jump. From Bethlehem, they went to Egypt, and then they went back. And there was nothing about Jesus, no news. Let's fast forward 12 years. Now, when Jesus Christ was 12 years old, the first family went down from Nazareth to Jerusalem to attend the holiest feast of the Jews. We call that the feast of the Passover. Narinig na ninyo yung term, no? Passover. Pero alam ba ninyo kung ano ang meaning ng Passover? Alright, I'll give you a story. The Jews were slaves in Egypt for 400 years. Ang hirap nila. Eh ngayon, dumadami ang Hudyo kaysa Egypto. So natakot ang Egypto. So ang pero sabihin, para hindi sila mag-revolve, ang lahat na lalaki na firstborn kailangan patayin. Kasi yung lalaki na bata, paglaki noon, magiging sundalo rebelde. That was the reason. Siyempre umiiyak sila. And they complained to Moses. And Moses complained to God. And God said, Moses, listen, on that night that I will send the angel of death, tell your people to slaughter lambs. Yung dugo, bahid ninyo sa hambag. Ito, no? Yan. Sorry. Yan, pintuan, no? So, pintahan ninyo ng dugo ng tupa. Okay? So, when the angel of the Lord, when the angel of the king, nang makita ng anghel, yung mga bahay na may dugo ng tupa, the angel passed over that house. You understand that? So, since the Jewish houses had blood on their hambag, walang namatay. Since the Egyptian did not believe, naubos po yung lahat nila na bata, including the son of the Pharaoh. Kaya nang mag-umaga sa galit ng Pharaoh, pinaalis sila. And that was the liberation, the freedom of the Jews after slavery in Egypt. So until now, the Pesach or the Passover is the most celebrated. So makita ninyo, hundreds of thousands of people will go to Jerusalem. Among them, Mary and Joseph and Jesus. Now, brothers and sisters, may ugali kasi Hudyo. Pag nagdasal, ang lalaki sa harapan, ang babae sa likod. Kung maliit ang sinagogue, ang lalaki sa loob, ang babae sa labas. And that was what happened. So, Mary and Joseph separated for the prayers. Nang matapos na yung fiesta, bumalik na sila sa Nazareth. One day into the road, nagpangita yung asawa. And sinabi, Mary, where is the boy? And sabi ni Mary, I thought he was with you. And same thing. So, bumalik sila kagad sa Jerusalem. They went to the temple. And anong nakita nila? I'm sorry. Ano nakita nila? With the teachers or scholars of the temple. Ito yung pinakamatalino, pinakamarunong ng mga scholars na alam ang Biblia. And when you read it, please take note, especially if you have read the Bible. Jesus was 12 years old. Bakit ba isinulat talaga yung 12? Brothers and sisters, sa tradition ng Hudyo, you learn your Hebrew, your Bible at the age of 13. So dapat ito si Kristo na 12 anyos, wala pang alam. And he was exchanging, answering questions of the scholars of the temple. I want you to remember this incident because it shows Jesus Christ ay talagang pautak siya patalino. Amen? Alright. So, umuwi na sila sa Nazareth. Okay. Nang dumating sila sa Nazareth, ang trabaho kasi ni Joseph is karpintero. Pero karpintero na gumagawa ng cabinet. Okay? So, brothers and sisters, remember this also. Jesus was a carpenter. Diba? Kahit na when he was preaching, he was carpenter. Ano ba ang importance ito? Noon kasi, pag napuputol sila ng kahoy ng ganito, mano-mano yung lagay. Diba? Kaya talaga napakalakas ang katawan niya. And this will explain why he was also a very good preacher. And he was able to take all the pains and trials during his Via Dolorosa walk. So, 18 years, he was a carpenter. Okay? May carpenter. Lumulundag-lundag. Alright. So here again, this is the site of the house of Joseph. So this is a reconstruction of the workshop of Joseph. So ganito po yung ano nila, damit. Kasi napakainit na Middle East. Pero ang kanilang lagay. Okay? And then si Mary po, si Mary ay weaver. Nag-weave siya. So yung balahibo ng tupa, pinapaikot nila, nagiging sinulit, tapos weave sila. No? Never mind, you understand me. And by the way, na sino sa inyo nakakita ng tupa? Nasa kamay. Pero walang anak ng tupa dito. Brother, ano ang kulay ng puti, dirty white? So, because they were very, very good also weavers, they were able to do this. So, with the use of seeds, stones, bark, fruits, etc., the puti, they were able to produce it like this. Diba? Maganda, no? That's why the tunic that Jesus Christ wore in Calvary was woven by Mary. And it was so well woven that the Romans did not divide it. Siya, ang ganda nito. Huwag na natin itong panghati-hatiin. Basta mag-lottery na lang, we will take all. Kasi napakaganda. Okay? So, that's Mary. Ngayon, 30 years old na si Jesus. In the Jewish faith kasi, you must be 30 in order to participate in the public discussion. Kagaya yung ginagawa ko ngayon, kasi 30 years old ako ako. Nag-lecture ko sa inyo. Kasi nandito kayo, well, all the girls, I would say, 18 years old, but the men must be 30 now. Okay. So, when you are 30 years old, you are now accepted to participate in the religious faith, religious life. But you must be baptized. And so, this is Jesus Christ in the River Jordan. He was baptized by St. John. And this is the Holy Spirit from the dove and God the Father. And there is something here that happened very, very, very important. As soon as Jesus was baptized, the heaven was open, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting on him. And a voice from heaven said, "This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased." Please remember, this is only one of the two instances that the voice of God the Father was heard. Okay? So after the baptism, he went to this is River Jordan. Okay? Ang River Jordan po ay hindi malaki na river. Mula na po dito hanggang dyan. Dito, gano'n lang po lang kalaki. Yan. Dito, mula dito, hanggang dito lang po ang Jordan. Maliit po yan. Mas marami lang istorya. Okay? So this is the River Jordan. Okay. Brothers and sisters, itong lugar na ito, you can visit that only one day a year, on the 4th Sunday of October. Okay? And so, you can see, I took this photo. This is River Jordan. River Jordan. That is the kingdom of Jordan. And this is the state of Israel. Please don't try to cross the river. The guards will shoot you. Okay? So, ano ba ang pangalan ng Jordan? In Hebrew, to go down is Laredet. So, Loret. And the water from Lebanon goes to the territory of Jordan. So it was Jordan, Jordan. Okay? So, after po na siya ay na-bless, I think this is the vestibule, little church, monument, to mark the site. Okay? And pagkatapos po niya, what we call, the baptized, pumunta po siya dito sa Mountain of Temptation. Brothers and sisters, this is very, very dry. Ito, dito ngayon, yung mga turista, pag pupunta doon, may malalaking, mga warning signs, drink plenty of water, because this place is so dry that according to Josephus Flavius, one of the best historians during the time, it is so dry that even a desert lizard cannot survive. And yet Jesus Christ, you will be with Him, went here. You see this church? We will go inside the church. Yan. This is the stone of temptation. Jesus Christ prayed here for 40 days and 40 nights. He fasted, He did not eat, He did not drink for 40 days and 40 nights. Please don't do that at home. Okay? Do not abstain from water for 40 days. But ano ang pinapakita niya? Napakalakas yung katawan niya. Because in the desert, we don't have water, a matter of hours were dead. And he was a guy, a man named Jesus, 40 days and 40 nights, he fasted and abstained from food. So napakita ngayon na demonyo, gutom na itong tao na to. Nilapitan siya ng demonyo and said, if truly you are the Son of God, turn this stone into bread. And Jesus said, man does not live by bread alone, but by the word of but man does not live by bread alone, but by the word that God teaches. And so there were two other temptations, and finally, pinaalis niya ang demonyo. But here, brothers and sisters, he proved that he was physically very, very strong. From here, he went back to Nazareth. Ang tawag ng simbahan na Hudyo ay sinagogue. Lumapit siya sa sinagogue kasi 30 years old na po siya. At nang siya ay pumasok, when Jesus came to Nazareth, he entered the synagogue. He stood up to read, and they handed him the book of the prophet Isaiah. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to bring good news to the poor, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and new sight to the blind, and to free the oppressed, and announce the Lord's year of mercy. So, ang identity talaga ni Jesus Christ is makatao, to the poor, to the captives, etc. Alright? And after that, Jesus then rolled up the scroll, gave it to the ten, and sat down, while all the eyes of all in the synagogue were fixed on him. Then he said to them, today, these prophetic words come true even as you listen. Because it was prophesied that these words will be the message that the Son of God, the Savior, will read. Alright? And then from there, he went to Capernaum. Brothers and sisters, Capernaum is the name in English. But in Hebrew, it is Kifar. Nakikita ba niyo? Sorry. Kifar means barangay. Naum is the name of the barangay. So, Barangay Naum, Capernaum. This is very important because for the 3 active years of Jesus Christ, Capernaum was his headquarters. Okay? So, when he went to Capernaum, he went to the synagogue. And now, we will introduce to you the 3 kinds of evidence that I will tell you to prove that he is Jesus Christ, that he is a God. Okay? So when Jesus Christ went to the synagogue, a man possessed by an evil spirit was in the synagogue. And he began shouting, "Why are you bothering us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know you. You are the Holy One sent from God." So, nakilala ka siya ng demonyo. You are the Son of God. So, that's the first evidence. Second, well, so he went to the house of Peter. The house of Peter is here, and the mother-in-law was sick, and some people were sick also, and were possessed by demons. And when Jesus Christ saw them, the latter came out at his command, shouting, "You are the Son of God." So another set of demons recognized him and says, "You are the Son of God." Okay? By the way, sino nito Cebuano? Wala? Alright. Malayo na ito sa Cebu. I just ask that because I want you to be proud na itong simbahan na ito, ang nag-donate nito ay Pilipino. Congressman Duran of Cebu. So pupunta kayo doon, sabihin mo, Pilipino po ako. Mabait sila sa inyo. Alright. Let's proceed. Then, another thing also, Jesus Christ went to Kursi. Okay? That's Kursi. And in Kursi, a man possessed by the devils approached him. He was in pain, he was suffering. He says, "Lord, allow us to enter the pigs." And Jesus said, "How many are you?" "We are legions." Brother and sister, a legion has 6,000 men. And that devil said, "We are legions." And then to help them, Jesus Christ allowed them to enter the bodies of the pigs, and the pigs jumped into the Sea of Galilee and drowned. So, in Capernaum, in Kursi, the devils recognized him. "You are the Son of God," and thousands of them. So that's a very, very strong evidence that Jesus Christ is God. You know why? The devil belongs to his medium, his spiritual medium. Okay? Now, we proceed. Brothers and sisters, this is Galilee. Galilee is really a freshwater lake. It is 24 meters long, 12 meters wide. The Gospels were preached around Galilee. The disciples were recruited from Galilee. They were all Galileans. And so one day, Jesus Christ was in a boat. He was asleep, and as they crossed, they were overtaken by typhoon. Siyempre, natakot yung mga disipulo niya, ginising siya. And then he woke up, and he rebuked, tinigil niya ang typhoon. Okay? In another instance also, nauna yung mga disipulo, sumunod siya, nakita siya ni Peter, naglalakad sa tubig. And Peter said, Lord, may I also walk with you? At that time, his faith was very strong. And he was able to walk. But, nagduda siya, hindi nalunod siya. So, this is in Galilee, okay? This is also the place where, when Jesus Christ was going around, practically somewhere here, he saw Peter. Peter was catching fish. Wala siyang naghuling isda. Kung sinabi ni Jesus Christ, ilipat ang lambat sa kanan, starboard. And when they did that, immediately they caught a lot of fish. And so napabilib niya si Peter. And so he says, Peter, come with me and I will make you fishers of men. Doon po nanggaling yung phrase, fishers of men. Narinig na ninyo yan, di ba? Fishers of men. And then, we went down farther. He also saw the brothers, James and Zebedee. He says, come with me, and they joined him. So, most of the recruitment of the disciples were from Galilee. Alright? And there is one thing here. Another set of evidence that I want to present to you. Based on Jewish law, only God can create life. Only God can make a dead person alive. And here, there was a Roman officer. Ang Romano, kaaway ng Hudyo. Kasi ang Romano ang nananako, ang Hudyo yung slaves. And yet, he was a Jewish guy. A Roman, na mas mataas ang kanyang stature kay Jesus, kasi si Jesus Hudyo, namatay po yung anak niya. So pumunta siya kay Jesus, sabi niya, Lord, but the words like this, Lord, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof, but only say the word and my soul shall be healed. Saan natin dinadasal yan? Saan isa? Saan? Communion. Very good. You are the son of God. So, dito ngayon, ito yung si Jairus. Sinabi niya, namatay yung anak ko. Si Jesus, mabait talaga si Jesus. Ay nabalit siya kayo. Pumunta sa bahay ni Jairus. Nandun yung bata, binuhay niya. And sinauli niya sa ama. So, Jesus Christ showed to many people, to many witnesses, that He can bring a dead person back home. Okay? And then, they went to Caesarea Philippi. And dito naman, tao ngayon ang tinanong niya. Sabi niya kay Peter, Simon Peter, whom do you think people say about me? And Peter said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus Christ said, blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by man, but my Father in heaven. So, before the devils, they said, you are God. Before an army officer, he said, Lord, you must be God. And Peter now also said, yes, Lord, you are God. Okay? Ngayon, bumalik sa ano. Si Kristo kasi open air yung teaching niya eh. Nandun lang siya palagi sa back of the Sea of Galilee. So one afternoon, there were thousands of people. And so he was preaching. And as he was preaching, gumagabi na. So yung mga disciples sabi, Lord, there are no villages here where these people can buy food. Send them home. But he continued preaching. And then he said, how many is there food here? And the disciple says, here is a boy with 2 pieces of fish and 5 pieces of bread. So Jesus Christ blessed the bread and fish and tell them, feed the people. Remember, 15,000 people. And as they were feeding the people, it kept on multiplying and multiplying and multiplying until when everybody has eaten 7 baskets of leftovers. That was the multiplication of what we call fish and bread. Would you like to eat? Would you like to taste also? Sorry. Would you like to taste the fish that Jesus Christ multiplied? Gusto nyo? Makatikim? Nakatikim na kayo. Because that fish is tilapia. Sino sa inyo nakatikim ba ng tilapia? Lahat. So, blessed na kayo. You already partook of the kind of food that Jesus Christ gave. Alright. So, I took this picture in 2003. Nakikita niyo, brothers and sisters, walang katao-tao dyan. Walang what we call village. So what was written in the Bible, that there are no villages here, was true. 2,000 years later, wala pa rin villages. Okay? So now, we will go to Mount Tabor, the site of Transfiguration. This is one of the biggest miracles of Jesus. Brothers and sisters, aakyat po tayo sa bundok na to. Brothers and sisters, nasa tuktok na po tayo ng bundok. Okay, magic ano? Bilis natin. So we now enter the church. Ito po ang nakita nila sa simbahan, sa loob. Jesus Christ po, turned very white. Very white. And transfiguration means nag-iba ang anyo ng tao. This is one of the two instances where Jesus Christ as a man appeared as God. When you appear in light and white, that is a theophanic experience which says, He appeared in the form of God. Eh nakita ito ng kanyang mga apostles. At saka nagtaka pa sila, si Jesus Christ was only 33 years old. And yet ang nakausap niya ay si Moses. Moses lived 1,400 years before Christ. Isaiah lived 700 years before Christ. Yung tatlo, divided by hundreds of years of time, nag-uusap. Miracles here in Tabor. And again, the voice of God the Father was heard. A loud voice was heard. This is my Son, whom I love. With Him as I am well pleased. Listen to Him. That was it. God the Father told people, listen to Jesus. Okay? And so, we go to another place. Galing sa Nazareth, sa Galilee, pumunta sila sa malapit sa Jerusalem. Brothers and sisters, dito, ito yung simbahan na built on the site of the house of Martha, Lazarus, and Mary. Now, I will tell you, bakit namamatay si Lazarus? Parang, sila masyado, nagka-problema sila malaki. Nevertheless, when Jesus Christ came, sabi ni Martha, Lord, namatay na po si Lazarus. Kung nandito ka, hindi sana mamatay yung kapatid ko. So sabi niya, dalhin mo ko sa kanya, libingan. And this is the libingan. We will enter the libingan. Here, I took this photo, 1981. Okay? Kasi ngayon po, hindi na pwede pumasok dito. So, stairs, dito po nakalibing si Lazarus. Tinawag siya ni Jesus, Lazarus, Lazarus, come out. And lumabas si Lazarus, buhay. Buhay. So this is another proof that Diyos na siya. Because as I said, in Jewish faith, only God can bring a dead man back to life. Okay? And Lazarus lived for many more years. And then they went up again. Alright? This is Nain. Ito naman, may procession, na funeral procession. Itong nanay na ito, ililibing na yung anak niya na patay. And then, may lumapit kay Jesus Christ. Sabi niya, Lord, have compassion. He is the only male relative of the woman. And Jesus Christ blessed the boy, brought him back to life. Bakit ba compassionate? Brothers and sisters, hanggang ngayon, Sa Middle East, ang babae walang karapatan. Hindi ka pwede mag-ari ng property. Noon, hindi ka pwede magtrabaho. So ano mangyari sa iyo kung wala kang pera? Mamatay ka sa gutom. Kaya pag namatay yung lalaki nila, talagang alam nila mamamatay na rin sila. That's why there was Jesus really showed that compassion. Kesa mamatay yung mababae, binuhay na niya yung mga kamag-anak nilang lalaki para may magtrabaho, etc. to support them. Okay? That is, ganun po kabait si Jesus Christ. Alright? Now, pumunta ka na po tayo sa Jerusalem ulit. Ito naman, malaki itong pool na kung saan yung mga tao bago pumasok sa templo ay maghugas muna. Hugas, kamay, dito, purification. And there was a belief that every time the angel of the Lord will steer the water, the first one to jump will get healed. So itong paralitiko, 40 years na sa Lord, sabi niya, Jesus, have pity on me. Every time the water moves, somebody jumps ahead of me. Kasi hindi siya makabugal. And sinabi ni Jesus Christ, okay, raise your pallet, pick up your pallet, and walk. And he was cured. Okay? Now, brothers and sisters, we go now to Maundy Thursday. Okay? After the Palm Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yung Thursday po yun, ang Friday noon is tomorrow Saturday is Pesa. Okay? And so, on that Thursday, they will have to say the prayers for Pesa. So, sabi nila, Lord, where are we going to spend the Passover? And Jesus Christ went here, and they have the Mass. Here, He blessed the bread, broke the bread, and gave the disciples, says, eat this, for this is my body. See, the word, my body. And then He took the cup, filled with wine, says, this is the cup of my blood. This is the cup of the new covenant. Okay? Drink it in memory of me. The first communion, the first betrayal, yung paghuhugas ng paa, nangyari po, nangyari po dito. Pagkatapos po dito, gabi na, pumunta na po sila sa Garden of Gethsemane. Brothers and sisters, if you go to the Holy Land, try your best to come down this one. This was authenticated to have existed at the time of Jesus, and Jesus must have walked many times in these steps. Okay? So, pumunta na po sila sa Garden of Gethsemane. Okay. So, pumunta na po sila sa Garden of Gethsemane. Ano nangyari doon? Sinabi ni Jesus, disciples, bantayan niyo ako, pero dito lang kayo, at he walked, okay? He walked. Pagkatapos, nagdasal siya, okay? Nagdasal siya. Dito po siya nagdasal. Papasok na po tayo sa simbahan. Dito siya nagdasal sa bato na to. Yan. This is the stone. And then he went back and he found Peter asleep. He says, can you not put up with me? Alas, the flesh is willing, but the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And he went back to pray again. Now, brothers and sisters, see, Jesus po, nakita niya the next day kung gaano kahirap ang naranasan niya. No? So, he really cried and he says, Lord, let this cup of suffering pass not by my own will, but thy will. Kasi nakita niya the next day, ipapako siya sa cross. Brothers and sisters, can you please put your hands on your chest and breathe with me. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nafe-feel niyo na nag-move? Or can you also extend, nakita ninyo si Jesus nakapako sa cross, no? Can you also repeat, do the same thing? Could you please extend your hands like this? Here po. hanggang alas 12 ng gabi lang po. Alright. Ang ano kasi, pag ikaw pala ay nakapako sa cross na ganito, this becomes very tired. And your chest will not pump anymore. So maunti na maunti yung oxygen mo hanggang ikay mamatay on the third day. But bago po kayo mamatay, sila, kinakain na ng uwak, yung mata mo, ilong, gano'n. Ito ang nakita ni Jesus. Kaya sila natakot din siya, sabi niya, let this pass, not by my own will, but thy will. But he was destined to die. So ito na po, sabi ko nga, nandun siya sa Garden of Gethsemane. In Hebrew po, Gethsemane means God, shemen. Shemen is oil. God is oil, press. The press. Ito po yung bato. Okay? It will run over the olives and the olives will come here. One thing very important here, ang may-ari kasi nitong oil press na to sa Garden of Gethsemane was the family of Mark, Saint Mark. Sino was si Saint Mark? Si Saint Mark was a teenager. The Saint Mark, and palagi siyang, mayaman siya eh. Palagi siyang kasama nila Jesus. Si Jesus naman, walang pera, nakikitira. Di ba? So nakikitira sila dito. So Mark knew Jesus Christ so much. And so, here, in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus Christ was arrested. Brothers and sisters, as you read the Bible, you will come across this line. In Mark, a young man covered not by nothing but a linen followed Jesus. As they took hold of him, he left the cloth in their hands and fled away naked. Ito po ay makikita lamang sa Gospel ni Mark. Kasi siya yung bata ngayon. And by the way, Mark was the first one to write the Gospel, and the other writers only relied on the questions of facts on Mark. Alright. So, ito pa, mga brothers and sisters, dito, ang agony of the garden, and until now, itong mga olive trees ito ay buhay pa. Ito po, sila po ay testigo sa agony of the garden ni Jesus Christ. Alright? So, si Jesus Christ po, dinala na sa bahay ni Caiaphas, na trial na po, and the Sanhedrin asked him, "Are you then the Son of God?" Jesus replied, "You are right in saying that I am." The high priest asked him, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed One?" Jesus answered, "I am." Brothers and sisters, I am is the name of God. Okay? So, to cut flash forward, ipinako na po si Jesus dito sa, this is Mount Calvary. Dito po ipinako yung kanyang, dito itinindig yung kanyang, what we call, cross. Ito, he was named at 9 o'clock. He died at 3 o'clock. 6 hours patay na siya. Kaya takasipilate eh. Di ba 3 araw mamatay yung tao? Isa 6 hours ang patay na. Well, patay na siya. And then, he was buried also nearby. Ito ang nangyari, ito yung dito siya, ipinakot na matay. Dito siya inilibing. Okay? And ano nangyari sa cross niya? Itinapon dito sa basurahan. 300 years later, nakita nila ang cross, and dyan po nanggaling ang tradition natin na Santa Cruzan. Santa Cruzan is really research for the cross. That's why my Queen Helena, my Imperatress, etc. So, ito pong lahat na ito ngayon ay nasa loob na po na isang simbahan. This is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Alright? Now, dito sa inilibing, at dito po siya inilibing, at dito siya nag-resurrect 3 days later. Brothers and sisters, the resurrection is the most important event in our life. Because kung hindi nabuhay si Kristo, ay may diferensya yung paniwala natin. Paniwala ka ng patay. Para ka sumandal sa patay. But Jesus Christ resurrected. Who was the witness? Another spiritual being. Angels. The woman took spices they prepared and went to the tomb. While they were wondering about this, 2 men in close that dream that lightning stood beside them. Why do you look for the living among the dead? He has risen. There was a violent earthquake, for an angel of the Lord came from heaven, going to the tomb, rolled back the stone and sat on it. The angel said to the woman, he has risen. So it was the angel who really said, God is risen. And then after he rose, he appeared to Mary. Magtataka kayo, bakit kay Mary Magdalene siya nagpakita? The reason for this was, Mary Magdalene knew him. So na siya'y mabuhay, makita sila, sabi ni Mary, nakilala siya, this is Jesus. And then he also appeared to the women. Okay? Now, in the evening after his resurrection, he was in Emmaus, and he had dinner with Cleopas. And when he blessed the bread, Cleopas says, this is the Lord. And then the Lord said, go back to Jerusalem and tell the disciples, I will appear before them. And Cleopas went back to Jerusalem, and again, well, this is Emmaus, Emmaus. Went back to this place. Dito po kasi nagtago yung lahat ng disciples niya. And sabi ni Cleopas, nakita ko ang Diyos, buhay siya. Okay. Unfortunately, when they were, and then later on, the Lord appeared to them. Pero wala si Thomas. So, a week later, nagpulo-pulo sila ulit with Thomas. And they told Thomas, Thomas, nabuhay na si Jesus. And Thomas said, unless I touch his wounds, I will not believe. And he took the hand of Thomas and says, feel my wound. And Thomas fell on his knees. He says, my Lord and my God. Anong portion ng misa natin ito sinasabi? Yes, very good. Okay. Pari to, Robert. Alright, but you're very good in math. Alright? And then from here, he told the disciples, go back to Galilee. And so they went to Galilee. This is Mensa Christi, or the table of the Lord. And isang araw, doon, nandito si Kristo, nandito yung mga, what we call, mga apostles na, dito sa dagat, nangingisda, hindi naman nakakahuli ng isda. So sabi niya, ilipat yung net to the right, and immediately they caught a lot of fish. And Peter recognized, that is the Lord. And Peter recognized, that's the Lord. So Peter swam from here to there, and the rest followed. So, while they were preparing breakfast, Jesus Christ asked Peter, he said, Peter, do you love me? And Peter said, yes, Lord, I love you. And says, feed my lamb. And then, inulit niya, Peter, do you love me? Peter says, yes. But said, yes. And the Lord said, feed my flock. And for the third time, he says, Peter, do you love me? He says, yes, Lord, I love you. And he says, Peter, feed my sheep. So, feed my lamb, feed my flock, feed my sheep. Bakit tatlong beses? Because in the Middle Eastern custom, if you repeat something 3 times per person, that is already a solid contract. By that, he has transferred his authority as head of the church to Peter. So Peter became the first, what we call, Pope of the church. He told them, kaya kita mo, I think this is Pope Pius VI. Sino? Pope Paul. Okay. You see, that's the advantage of your wife. May tumutulong. So, the bishops, the popes, when they go to the Holy Land, they really try to visit Mensa Christi. And galing po doon, sinabi niya, bumalik kayo sa Jerusalem. And this is on the top of the Mount of Olives. This is the Church of the Ascension. And brothers and sisters, from here, he rose to heaven in lightning white. In lightning white, which shows he is a God. Okay? My brothers and sisters, that's the end of my talk. Maraming salamat.